909-9900. And
So if you've only got one call to make it the wrestling hotline. 1-900-909-9900. Kids, get your parents' permission before calling.
Welcome back. In a moment, we're going to get a look at the Samoan SWAT team. But right now, the man by my side, who had a great year in '88 and whose forecast for '89 is even brighter, the Stinger.
I gotta tell you something, Maggie. I was going through the airport the other day, and these dudes came up to me and said, Stinger, let's high-five a little bit and rap a little. I said, sure, I'll rap with anybody anytime. They said, Stinger, we gotta ask you a question. I said, hey, ask it. They said, we heard you say on national TV that you were just goofing off in 1988. Where does that leave '89? Well, with a lot of serious wrestling, that's what. And if you don't know for sure what '89 is going to be like, well, guess what? You just got to come and see it live and in color. Woo! Because it gives me goosebumps and makes me jump around, run in place a little bit, beat on my chest like I did in the airport, and everybody, security included, came up and said, hey, what's the commotion? Sting, settle down. I said, it's hard to, because there's people accumulating here, and the more people that come around, the more wild I get. Woo! Later, Maggie!
Now let's go to the ring.
Man, he's full of enthusiasm. What a great kid, the Stinger. And now it's the Samoan SWAT team to take on Rick Allen and Mike Justice here in World Championship Wrestling. The Stinger will be on that big event tonight in Philadelphia, 8 o'clock tonight in Philly. Collar and elbow tie-up. And that is Fatu, I think. Fatu with the black elbow pad. And Mike Justice, collar and elbow tie-up. Justice, a big kid in the 6'5", 260-pound range. Both these Samoans in the 300-pound range. Nice movement there. Oh, what a clothesline.
And talk about a counter. I mean, that isn't your average wrestling counter. That's sheer brute force.
Samu missed with the elbow, and Rick Allen tagged in very quickly. Nice arm drag takedown. Allen and Justice having to use their quickness to keep these big Samoans at bay. He missed with a clothesline there, but he did not miss with that move. What an unorthodox move.
It's kind of like he just palmed his head and slam dunked it in the middle of the ring.
The Samoans indeed on a collision course with Jim Cornette's Midnight Express of beautiful Bobby Eaton and Sweet Stan Lane. And any tag team in the country that thinks these guys are not a force to be reckoned with need to take another long, hard look. Power slam. They can do it all. They can wrestle extremely well, but they like to brawl, and they've got the martial arts background that gives them another added weapon.
But Jim, they're unorthodox or explosive, but they can execute excellent that vertical suplex right on the money.
Flying headbutt on Rick Allen and the Samoan SWAT team with an undefeated record in the National Wrestling Alliance. Their shoulders have yet to be pinned in the NWA as they send Rick Allen for the ride in a double clothesline.
And good teamwork there. That's what tag team wrestling's all about. Get that double teaming in during the 5 count, and that's all legal.
Want to say hello to the fans down in the Crescent City of New Orleans. The NWA will be in the magnificent Superdome on Sunday afternoon, April the 2nd. We'll be talking more about that as the program progresses here. Big chop. You can hear that one all the way down in New Orleans, I think.
Did you say New Orleans?
Yep.
Tell them who we got in New Orleans. All to ours dealt with nobody's help. Tell them.
We've been signed, the Samoan SWAT team and the Midnight Express in the Superdome in New Orleans, Sunday afternoon, April 2nd.
You know, these guys told me a great joke the other day. What's the difference between Elvis Presley and Randy Rose? Elvis still makes money.
It's hilarious, isn't he?
Pretty sick sense of humor, I'd say.
Indeed it is. The Samoan SWAT team, as we mentioned, have yet to taste defeat here in the NWA. These are two big, rough, tough animals that Paul E. Dangerously is leading, if you could call it that. I guess you have to look at results, Magnum, and when they've got an unblemished one-loss record, he's not doing a bad job, as much as I hate to admit it.
Well, they're getting some good results right now because this Mike Justice is a huge man, and they are certainly manhandling him with apparent ease.
Double team move coming up here. Double suplex and a double headbutt by the Samoans Swat and Samu, and that's Samu in the ring now. The NWA fans this Monday night will be in Fayetteville's Cumberland County Memorial Arena. This Tuesday night, the NWA will travel to Columbia, South Carolina. This Thursday in the state capital of North Carolina in Raleigh. And this coming Friday night in the Norfolk Scope Arena, a big event in Norfolk, Virginia.
Jim, did you see that open hand chop to the side of Justice's head? I mean, it just leveled him.
This is a very brutal team. Another I think, illustration of how intense the competition is in the NWA. Right off the top rope comes Fatu of the Samoan SWAT team. NWA action heating up all over the country. Soon to return to the Sunshine State of Florida. Back here in Atlanta in the Omni on Sunday night, April the 9th. So many big events coming up, and we're going to keep you updated right here on the Superstation. And you heard Dangerous say, finish him off. Let's see if they follow his command here. He said to take care of him and take care of business right here. Gosh, Justice has got to be 6'5", in the 260-pound range easily, and here you talk about a high-risk maneuver. Gosh, he just folded him up like an accordion.
I don't think he's going to kick out of that one.
The Samoan SWAT team, as we mentioned, on a collision course with Jim Cornette's Midnight Express. And what enough is enough. Well, one of them's got Dangerously's phone. Dangerous has got to get control of these animals. I'll tell you that right now. Get him down off there. Justice is in enough pain. We're going to take another look at it, fans, here in just a moment. That tremendous belly-to-back suplex magnum. But, fans, this is off the top rope.
It's devastating enough when you stand in the middle of the ring, but coming off the second rope, lifting high, arching back, and driving all that weight down across the back of your neck and your shoulders, it was too much for Mike Justice.
Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, you'll see Ranger Ross in action, and I'll be speaking with the Varsity Club right after this from Superstation TBS.
NWA, we wrestle on Sunday, April 2nd, New Orleans, Louisiana, the Superdome. Ricky Steamboat in a great card. On the 1st, Richmond, Virginia, Lex Luger defends his U.S. title. On the 31st, Baltimore, Maryland, Ric Flair will be there. On the 28th, Gainesville, Georgia, the Iron Sheik. On the 27th, Chattanooga, Tennessee, the Varsity Club. The 26th, Columbus, Ohio, the Road Warriors and the Varsity Club. The 25th, Charleston, West Virginia, the Road Warriors in action. The 24th, Norfolk, Virginia, Ricky Steamboat. The 23rd, Raleigh, North Carolina, a sensational card. The 22nd, Rocky Mount, Virginia, the Road Warriors. The 21st, Columbia, South Carolina, the Varsity Club. On the 20th, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Lex Luger. And tomorrow in Salisbury, Maryland, at the Wacomico Youth and Civic Center, Ric Flair, the Sting, and the Road Warriors. It's the NWA. We wrestle.